Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. Coming up this weekend, we have UFC on Fox 28 from Orlando, Florida. We're going to preview the main card right now with our regular guest, Andreas Hale. Andreas Hale, thanks for being back with us one more time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, interesting fights on the card tonight. Very interesting handicapping situations. We'll see what you have to say. As usual, all these fights are usually very interesting. The first one, though, Josh Emmett and Jeremy Stephens might be even a little bit more interesting, right? Because we're grading a guy who is, on his way up in Josh Emmett, who might be on his way up a little bit too fast, going up, of course, against Jeremy Stephens, the guy who's had a very up and down career, but doing well recently. He's becoming more disciplined. I think his fight IQ is going up in front of our eyes, and is Josh Emmett maybe biting off a little bit more than he deserves to be chewing at this moment in his career? What do you think, Andreas?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, you look at what Josh Evans did to Ricardo Lamas, and he missed weight. And so, maybe it was a lucky punch. Maybe the weight had something to do with it. We really don't know. But Jeremy Stephens has proven to be a force. He has been inconsistent in his career. Maybe it's finally clicking. Maybe he's doing the Robbie Lawler, where it just finally all comes together and he's on his P's and Q's. So he may be biting off more than he can chew. I think the line is kind of justified here with Jeremy Stephens as a slight favorite because we really don't know what Josh Emmett has to offer. He's only lost one fight in his UFC career. But I think he might be in over his head in this main event.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is just, is Jeremy Stephens, should he be a much bigger favorite here, or is Emmett a legitimate live dog, even at plus 140? And I'm also wondering how you think this fight is likely to turn out. I'm thinking that, Stephens is obviously becoming a more calculated, tactical fighter as he advances in his career. I'm thinking maybe we take a shot with the over at 3.5 at plus 115, even though it is a high total for a fight like this.
No, actually, I like it a lot. Jeremy Stephens is a guy who doesn't get finished. Josh Emmett, I don't think he has been finished. His only loss was by decision. And Jeremy Stephens, like you said, he's a little bit more calculated. He paces himself. This is not the Doo Ho Choi fight. This is not going to be somebody that's going to come directly at him for as long as the fight lasts. I think Emmett's going to be a little bit more cautious and patient with his approach. Stephens should be able to pick him apart, but I do like the over of 3.5 rounds there. I think Stephens just wants to kind of prove to himself that he can go a little bit further than most. He doesn't have to knock everybody out. Emmett, it seems like he's a durable guy. Stephens is a durable guy. That's my pick, is actually the over in this fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. And as far as the fight actually going the distance, I'm wondering which might have more value, the fight going the distance or just taking the over 3.5 minus 115. I'm a little bit concerned that there might be a late finish, that Stephens might get a late finish because Emmett does have some questions with his cardio. And if those start to, if in the fourth or fifth round, those start to crop up in a major way, Stephens might go for an easy finish right at that point, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just like the last week we had Derek Lewis, it went over, but he finished to Burrow with about 2 minutes left in the fight. Stephens has that same kind of power that can carry throughout the fight. We don't know what Josh Emmett can do over 25 minutes. Hell, we don't even know if the man can make weight. So, and how comfortable he's going to do that. So, with that being said, I like the over. Not necessarily the distance. I think Stephens will find a way to finish this fight, possibly. But the likelihood of that is a little bit more than this fight going the distance. I think he probably drags him in the deep water and try to finish him off in the fourth or fifth.
Yeah, I agree with that, Andreas Hale, and you're not getting that much value if you do take it to go the distance right now at 5 dimes. Fight going the distance is just plus 165, but the over 3.5 rounds is plus 115, so I'm liking that one as well. So is that going to be an official pick for you, Andreas Hale, the over 3.5 at plus 115?
Indeed it is. That's going to be my official pick.
I'll go on that one as well, 3.5 plus 115, and I'm thinking about maybe throwing on Jeremy Stephens even at minus 160 right now. What do you think about that? Do you think that Emmett has a real shot to a win here, or is it just going to take another fluky one punch knockout for him to get a win?
Man, I've been waffling back and forth on this. And a couple of days ago, if you would have asked me, I would have said no, stay off of that. But now I'm back on it. I think Jeremy Stephens, being the seasoned veteran that he is, Josh Emmett not being a proven commodity at featherweight, I'm going to take Jeremy Stephens here. I'm going to make that an official pick as well.
Yeah, Stephens has been improving. We've seen him, go up and down in his career, but it seems like the current up that he's on, it just feels like a little bit more real than the ups that we've seen from him before. His new training looks like he's making him a lot more well-rounded. And again, his fight IQ seems to be going up. I think it might be worth a shot here at minus 160.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to make that an official pick myself. And it also, taking into consideration, Stephens is just coming off a fight with Doo Ho Choi, so he's going to be conditioned. He's going to be sharp. It's not like he's had a long layoff. So I like this pick of Jeremy Stephens, and we're going to take the over here at over 3.5 rounds.
Sounds good. I'm on it as well. I'm going to take the over 3.5 rounds at plus 115, and Jeremy Stephens currently at just minus 160, and Andreas Hale is also making both of those official picks. Great to hear, Andreas Hale. Next, let's move on to the another interesting fight, the strawweight fight in women's MMA. Tecia Torres against Jessica Andrade, and Andrade, of course, is a beast. Big favorite, as you would expect, minus 310. But Torres, is an impressive fighter. Probably doesn't have what it takes to be a reliable bet to get a win here. But at some point, this line would be big enough that you would want to take a shot with Torres. What do you think? Currently plus 255 for Tecia Torres and Andrade minus 110.
I think Ticia's just too big of an underdog here. I'm kind of surprised at the line. Yes, and Jessica Andrade has been a beast since she's moved down to strawweight, but she's lost before. She's lost to Raquel Pennington. Obviously, she lost to Oyana and Jacek. It's not like she's unbeatable. Tecia Torres has only lost to the current champion, Rose Namajunas. She's a solid striker. She has decent wrestling. There could be a way that she could steal 2 rounds out of this fight. The biggest concern here is, can she keep Jessica Andrade off of her for 3 rounds and score? But with the line where it's at, I actually like Tecia Torres to pull off the upset. I wouldn't pick this if the line was a little bit closer, but I'm going to take a shot at this with Tecia Torres at the plus 265.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Right now I'm seeing actually a plus 255, but I was also thinking if anyone does like Torres, her decisions, her fights almost always go to decision. The last fight that she fought, I think we said had a Torres by decision written all over it, and that was accurate there. So if you like Torres, why not just take her by decision and get a little bit more value? Let me find Torres by decision plus 375.
Yeah, I'll take it because, again, that's an underdog line that you kind of can't pass up for a woman who's only lost 1 fight and seems like she's a force in the strawweight division. Again, Andrade is a great fighter, but there's some holes in her game that maybe Torres could expose. If this line was straight up, I'd pick Andrade, but because of the way it is, I'm going to take Torres by decision.
All right, Torres by decision at plus 375, the current odds at 5 dimes. I'm going to pass on this one. I was thinking that the fight might go the distance at minus 225, but I think that's just too high of a favorite line. We could see a finish here, with Andrade's a barrage of assault, her high volume assault style she could knock Tecia Torres out easily, right?
Yeah, she definitely could. She's heavy-handed. She's a big girl. She's big for the strawweight division, so she could use that assault and some ground and pound to finish her. Tecia Torres has shown me a lot since she's come over to the UFC and even before that. So I'll stick with that. I'll stick with my pick, but I definitely hear you on that, Pete. This is not an easy fight to pick. It's just it seems like it's a gift the way the line is.
All right, it's going to be a pass for me. Andreas Hale will make an official pick, though. Tecia Torres by decision, plus 375. Now let's move on to the next fight that was going to be, I thought it was going to be my favorite pick of the card, but it's now moved significantly in the way that I wanted to give it, so the odds are significantly worse. OVP against Latifi, and I was thinking that OSP should have a significant advantage here. He was only minus 125 a few days ago, but big money has come in on him, pushing that line all the way up to minus 150. I think I still like it at minus 150. Latifi on the other side at plus 130. And I was thinking maybe this fight is also another one that is a good candidate to go the distance, and maybe OSP by decision might have some value here. OSP, of course, is going to try to outpoint him, keep his distance with his big reach advantage and not let Latifi get inside. OSP by decision is plus 320. What do you think about that?
I don't like OSP by decision. I like OSP a lot here. I don't care how the line moves. I think he should be a huge favorite. He's athletically gifted. He's finished his last 3 opponents in a row. He's a little wild with his striking, but against a guy like Latifi, I think this should be easy money here. But I'm going to stay off of the decision here because I think one way or another he'll win the fight, but he tends to have those one-punch knockouts. We've seen him do it with Shogun. We saw it in his last fight against Corey Anderson. So I think he'll win one way or another, but I'm just not sure of how that's going to come across. But OSP is not as big as a favorite as I would expect given his current run, so I'll take him at minus 150. That's fine with me. I'll take him all the way up to minus 200. I think this should be an easy money fight for him.
That's what I was thinking as well, and that's why I was completely scratching my head when I saw the early line that I saw was minus 125. Where did that line come from? Why did the odds makers and the betting public have that line where it was a few days ago?
I wish I could make up a reason here, but I can't. Latifi has heavy hands, but that's all about it. And maybe OSP gets a little wild and reckless and gets caught, but I don't see it. I have no idea what the odds makers were seeing here. But yeah, this is OSP. This is another gift for me. This is like a no doubt fight for me.
Yeah, it was going to be a no-brainer pick for me at -125, and at -150, I will still give it as an official pick. Andreas Hale is doing that one as well. Not agreeing with my assessment that maybe it's more likely to go the distance than to see a finish. My sense is just that the style that OSP is probably going to employ here will make the fight have a little bit less action and more likely to be a little bit of an uneventful fight. But you don't see that as the way the fight's likely to go?
No, I think OSP is going to be a little bit more aggressive. He's got a great ground game. You know, he uses that Von Flue choke excellently. And one punch can end the fight from both of these guys. But I think OSP is a little bit sharper here. So I'll stay away from the distance. I'll just pick OSP straight up.
All right, -150 is the line that we're both going to get, and then the last fight on the main card, Max Griffin against Mike Perry. Max Griffin looks like he's just way outclassed here. Perry is a big favorite, -370, and it's headed up a little bit. It was around -340 a few days ago. Not headed into the stratosphere yet, though. I'm thinking this one just has Perry inside the distance written all over it. Does Griffin have any shot of avoiding a knockout here?
No, I think he gets ate up, he gets caught, and he goes to sleep. Yeah, this is a fight that's just going to showcase what Mike Perry can do. Everybody likes him. He's lost a few fights. He looks primed to break in the top 15 at any moment. This is one fight they'll just move him in that direction. I don't think there's anything Max Griffin can do to stop him.
All right, and is Perry inside the distance at -172 too high of a favorite line for you to like?
No, give me it. I think he finishes this fight. I can't take him straight up. I've seen the line that's a little bit crazy at -355 because that means anything can happen. But he's going to finish this fight. I don't see this thing going the distance. If he wins, he'll finish this fight. So give me that. I'll take it.
I'll take it as well. Perry inside the distance at -172 is an official pick from both Andreas Hale and myself. So once again, Andreas Hale and I both agreeing for the most part on this card, which historically has been a very positive sign. We're both going to take Stevens -160 and the over 3.5 plus 115 in the Tisha Torres fight. I'm going to pass on it, and Andreas is going to take a shot with Torres as a big underdog to get a decision win at plus 375. We're both on OSP at -150. I'm still leaning towards OSP by decision, but I'll hold off on that one for now. I'll just make OSP -150 an official pick. And we're both going to take Mike Perry inside the distance at -172 officially as well. Great breakdown once again, Andreas Hale. I'm very happy that all of your opinions agree with all of my initial opinions on this card. We'll talk to you very soon.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.